Hello and welcome to the Afriverse podcast. I'm your host, Ore Apampa. On this podcast, we have conversations with interesting course creators and people doing exceptional work impacting the African continent. Many of our guests have courses on the Afriverse platform. To learn something new today, head on over to afriverse.co. That's AFRIVERSE.co and sign up with a free account today. Afriverse is an e-learning platform providing you with great online courses from Africa and the African diaspora. Today's podcast episode is with Justin David Karia. He teaches beginners Swahili on the Afriverse platform. Here was our conversation. Justin, hi, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Glad to have you on the podcast. We're happy to have you on board. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Great. Thank you for giving me this chance. My full names are Justin David Jimna Musa Karia. I come from Kenya, from the capital, Nairobi. It's a very diverse country with many cultures, different tribes. The place is fantastic, but majorly we have English and Swahili as our national languages. So basically, Swahili is actually something nice to teach other people, and it's a great language and it's fun, despite being introduced by two different cultures, mainly the Arabs and other Bantu speakers that were originally from Africa. So it's a diverse and nice language to speak and enjoy. Yeah.
Fantastic. Where is Swahili spoken? Is it only spoken in Kenya, or are there other places that speak Swahili?
No, it's a well-spoken language throughout Eastern Africa, and also other countries. You find them Arabic-speaking countries also. Like most of them actually know some Swahili, because it was a language that originated from Arabs and Bantu speakers that were they migrated from all the way from Congo and all those tribes, and despite them splitting up, they all came up with one language, and it ended up being Swahili. Probably more countries in Africa speak the language, but generally it's an Eastern African language.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so what got you into Swahili? What's the story behind it?
In school, when you're doing Swahili, mainly they focus on, despite the communication part, they try and focus more on you trying and reading and just trying to do exams. And later on in life, I came and saw why some people hated Swahili because of how much work they were given in school, and decided why not make it like something somebody will enjoy to understand. And it's a fun language. At the end of the day, if you have a language that you speak and tell somebody, I can speak Swahili, that person will be like, well, that's amazing. So I decided to teach Swahili, not as something you would go to do for exams and all that will make you feel frustrated, but something you would enjoy to tell people that I know how to speak Swahili, and maybe other Swahili speakers would converse with you anytime, anywhere, and it will be fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, for you, what was your experience of Swahili like at school in terms of, did you find it, despite the fact that, you said it was a lot of reading, did you enjoy the lessons, or did you find them challenging, or was Swahili something you spoke at home, so it came easy to you? Tell me about that.
Yeah, speaking Swahili since childhood made it a bit easier. That's one fact. But still, you'd find schools have maybe a policy they want. Schools want to identify themselves as the best school, so they'll push for being the best in something, and that making that like a competition, and making us do it so much, and in a way that you don't want to do it, and giving you extra too much work will just make it really tiresome. But still, there used to be fun activities. We used to do music festivals in Swahili, drama festivals in Swahili, and it used to be fun. Most of it will be fun, rather than sometimes the work part. It would be too much, and you'd feel like, this is too much, or why do I need all this work? And I'm already good in Swahili, but still, it was essential. But at the end of the day, the fun part, we always wanted the fun part more of the music festival, the cultural part of the Swahili. That's what most people wanted about it.
Fantastic. I mean, that takes me back to my childhood when I used to learn. Well, at school, we learned English, French, and then Yoruba as well. And it was always more fun when you got to play with the language as opposed to just writing down and trying to memorize the word and memorize the past tense, present tense, future tense, that sort of thing. Something I used to do when I was at school for French is that we used to have conversation lessons where in the lesson all you had to do was just you paired up with another student and you'd just have to have a conversation. So one person would pretend to be the shopkeeper and the other person pretend to be the I don't know, customer sort of thing, and then you have that interaction. I found those were a lot more fun. Which kind of leads me on to my next question. How would you change language teaching at school? Let's say you had a blank check, you were the Minister of Education, particularly focusing on languages. How would you teach languages at school?
Well, that's a very good question. For me, I would prefer the focus more on the fun part. When you're young, your brain is still like growing and developing, and you enjoy something that is fun. And if you made something more fun, the more the merrier. If it's fun, the kids will want to do it more, and they'll understand easily, rather than like give tedious work. And yes, still it's essential to understand that part, but try and make it a bit fun for the kids rather than like a duty. It shouldn't be like a duty. You have to do this. It's homework, and if you don't do it, there's these consequences for not doing the homework. Make it fun. Make the child enjoy the language, the culture, and just have fun with the language rather than make it like a job. No, people find something that they're forced to do, they don't want to do it. They'll go against that. But if something they're enjoying to do, the body and mind will want to just do it more. So if they focused more on the fun part and making the kids want it for themselves rather than have it as a duty, I would push more for that, and hopefully it would help like with more people wanting to do Swahili rather than like it being a secondary subject. It will be like a subject that people want to do, so that it will grow, and rather than just shrink, less people having less people speak Swahili.
Fantastic. No, I definitely do agree with that. The more fun you can make it, the more relevant you can make it, the more interesting and attractive it would be. Okay, no, that's very interesting. Now tell us a bit more about your course in Swahili. Who is it targeted to? The one where do you host your courses? Who is it targeted to? Tell us a bit about that.
Okay. I started my course generally to help people who want to have a beginner guide in how to speak Swahili, because if you check most of the Swahili language is actually, it's easy to sound it out, most of the words, rather than some technical words. But I started teaching Swahili so that more people, like if you wanted to come to maybe Kenya or Tanzania, you would have a rough idea of what to say. Like rather than just be out of place, you'll feel better knowing that you have basic knowledge in Swahili and converse with as many people as you can and feel like you can do it. And the easier it gets, the more you speak Swahili, the easier it gets. So if you have the basic knowledge of like how to say hi, how to make small talk, and how to ask for something, how to say thank you, it begins from that small foundation, and soon you'll be conversing and getting the more complicated words, and it will be that easy. Yeah. So I'd prefer, that's how I started teaching Swahili, to make it easy and make it fun for people to enjoy it. And yeah, I hope that anybody who would be looking to visit East Africa would love to enjoy my course. And yeah, I started posting my course on Udemy. Then eventually, I got contacted by Afriverse. That's where we helped each other out, and yeah, I posted the course there, and hopefully we'll get as many people speaking Swahili in no time.
Fantastic. Okay. I'm not a native Swahili speaker, so I'm quite interested in learning a few words in Swahili. So
Yeah.
can you teach me a few things? What are the basic things I should know when I come to either Kenya or Tanzania? What are the basic words I should know?
The easiest was saying hello.
Okay.
The most common one, you can say jambo.
Jambo.
Yes, jambo. And it's easy. It's also you can also add a prefix at the start where you say hujambo.
Hujambo.
Yes, hujambo.
Hujambo. What does that? What does that mean when you add the prefix?
It's like saying how are you.
Ah, okay.
You reply by saying si jambo.
Si jambo. Okay.
Yes, si jambo. Yeah.
So it'll be like, oh, hujambo, and then the person responds si jambo.
Yeah. Or you could say there's an easier one, a shorter one, habari.
Habari.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you could add habari yako.
Habari yako.
Yeah. Habari yako is how are you? Habari yako.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
you reply by nzuri.
Nzuri. Okay.
Nzuri simply means good.
Good. Okay. Let's try this conversation. So you're going to start, and then I'm going to see if I can remember. Okay. So we said, hold on, let me try and refresh my mind. You said hujambo, and I say si jambo.
Yes.
And then the next question is,
you'll say habari yako. Okay, let's put something simple there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use habari yako, and I will simply reply mzuri sana ama nzuri.
Let's try it. So you start.
Hujambo.
Si jambo. Habari yako?
Nzuri sana.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So we've got that. So we've got the greetings down. Okay.
Yeah.
What would be the next thing I could learn?
Okay, if you were to say thank you, you would say asanti.
Asanti. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then how do you say you're welcome?
You're welcome, say karibu.
Okay.
Yes.
Karibu. Okay. All right. So
karibu, yeah.
How do you say it's a sunny day today?
Leo kuna jua kali. Okay. Leo kuna jua kali. Yeah, Leo is the today.
Okay.
Jua is the sun.
Okay.
Then Kali shows it's generally Kali shows it's pretty much let's say it's sunny, very sunny, so it's pretty much sunny. So Leo kuna jua kali.
Okay. So
yes.
Let me try that. So I might say, okay, let's start this conversation again from the beginning. Let's try that.
Okay.
So,
okay, sure.
So you start.
Hujambo.
Si jambo. Habari yako?
Nzuri sana.
Leo kuna jua kali?
Ndiyo, kweli.
I wouldn't know how to continue there, but
yeah, we would probably be saying if probably I would be helping you out in something. Let's say I gave you a hand. Let's say you wanted you need a hand in something. You say, tafadhali nisaidie kalamu. Let's say you wanted me to help you with a pencil. Tafadhali nisaidie kalamu. Please help me with a pencil. Tafadhali nisaidie kalamu.
So tafadhali. Tafadhali.
Yes, tafadhali.
Okay.
Yes, tafadhali. Tafadhali is please.
Okay. Tafadhali. Nisaidie. Okay. Nisaidie.
Yes, nisaidie is help.
Okay. Kalamu. Okay. So tafadhali nisaidie kalamu.
Yes, tafadhali nisaidie kalamu.
Ah, Tafavali. I'll get this. I'll get this. Tafavali
Yeah.
nisaidia. Tafavali nisaidia kalamu.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I know how to say hello, how are you? Uh, Thank you. And
Mhm.
it's a sunny day today. It's very sunny today. And please,
Yes.
can I have a pencil? So I think
Yeah.
I'm well equipped for my first trip to Kenya.
Yeah. You at least you have some basic knowledge, and you can ask for something politely. You
Mm,
can say thank you. You can say hello, which is a good start.
nice, nice. I
Yeah.
often hear people say sawa sawa. What does that mean?
Salsa means you're okay, or you can say it's good.
Ah,
Basically, it's just saying it's okay. It's just like repetition, but to show you're very okay. So sawa sawa.
sawa sawa.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic.
When
So
you do the repetition of sawa, sawa, it shows you're just putting more emphasis on being okay. But
mm,
if it's sawa alone, it's just okay.
okay, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm double okay. I'm very okay. So,
Yeah.
okay, nice, nice, nice.
Yes.
And so, in your experience, have you gotten to meet any of your students or gotten to know them? What level are they? What are their backgrounds? What inspires them to learn?
Well, actually, most of my students maybe have had chats on social media when they needed some extra help with something, but so far so good. Most of them are maybe in Europe, South Africa, maybe most of them Egypt, but mainly Europe and United States, because maybe somebody wanted to learn Swahili and maybe visit East Africa, either Tanzania, Uganda, even Ethiopia or Kenya. But most of them we have had small conversations on social media when they needed some help with something, and yeah, that's how we communicated, and I made some friends and we helped each other out.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you're running a beginner course on Swahili, and it can be found on the Afriverse platform. So anybody who's interested in learning Swahili, like we've done a little bit today, you can always
Yeah.
go to the afriverse.co website, and then you can sign up for the course. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, so tell me, let's take a step back.
Okay.
Africa as a whole. What
Yeah.
would your vision for Africa be? So, what would your dream for Africa be? The Africa of your dreams. How would you describe it?
Um, well, despite we have so many cultures in Africa
Mm,
and so many languages in Africa,
mm,
so many languages. It will be a great honor to see something like Swahili bring us all together. Not as culturally, it will bring us all together and have like one common language that would make it easy for us to communicate to each other rather than go to somewhere like Ghana and find that you're speaking a different language that I cannot understand despite being an African,
mm,
or go to somewhere like South Africa and find a Zulu language that I cannot understand, and I also know like let's say a bit of English, or they know a bit of English, but still we cannot communicate as good as having a African-made language, an original language with so much culture. It will be nice to see that a language like Swahili will bring us all together and make us like one big cultural family.
mm,
That's
mm.
that's what I would love to see that in a near future, and make Swahili as great as possible.
I mean, that's an interesting one. I mean,
Yeah.
other countries or cultures might say, actually, no, we prefer Yoruba to be lingua franca of the continent, or someone might say, oh, they might prefer Shona or the
Yes.
language. But yeah, I guess that's the beauty of the continent, in that we have such diverse languages, such diverse cultures, even within the same country. Um, but yeah, no, that's very cool. That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so if people need to reach out to you or want to find out more about the course, how do they reach out to you? Where can we find you online?
Social media handle is Learn a Language on Instagram.
Okay.
You can find me there. Get me on Afriverse. My full name's Karia Justin David. You find my course there. And anytime, any day, just text me you have any problem through any of the platforms, either Instagram or Afriverse, and you always find me ready to answer any question and give you help. And also, I'm always open to making improvements to my course. So if you feel I've left something essential out of the course, I'm willing to work on it and improve it and make it as good as possible.
Fantastic. Yes. Fantastic. So you heard it, folks. You can reach out to Justin David on Instagram, on Afriverse, and reach out to him, try out the course, and let us know what you think. All right, so this brings us to the end of the Afriverse podcast. We hope you've enjoyed it. Justin, thank you very, very much for coming on board. It was a pleasure talking to you today, and I'm looking forward to taking on the Swahili course on Afriverse.
Okay. Thank you.
That's the end of this week's Afriverse podcast episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out afriverse.co. That's AFRIVERSE.co to sign up for Justin's Beginner Swahili course, or check out the other courses available and learn something new from inspiring course creators from the African continent and the African diaspora. Catch you again on the next episode.